Many people still believe that captions are just for people who are deaf or have hearing impairment, but they really benefit everyone. Captions on a TV program will help get the spoken messages across for people who have English as a second language, visual learners, and for those watching the program in a noisy environment, or vice versa, watching it in a quiet space where the volume's turned down. Watching TV is a personal thing, a way to be entertained and informed. Some people focus more on the visual, whilst others more on the audio, but we all need to integrate that information. As a teacher, it's important to consider students' viewing styles and ensure that captions are available as a supportive visual medium. Students are individuals, and each has their own predominant learning style, and teachers are certainly aware of that. Within the range of viewers you may have in a class, there could be students who are culturally deaf, with little or no access to sound. They'd view captions differently to a student with augmented hearing or a mild hearing loss, where captions are a visual backup for the auditory information. You may have students with auditory processing disorders who aren't necessarily hearing impaired, but again, they require a backup method to follow a video. With captions, the interplay of image, sound and text creates an effective way for these students to learn. Significantly, as one of the most multicultural countries in the world, a lot of classes are likely to have a healthy percentage of students from non-English speaking backgrounds. Captions are a great way to back up the audio of language, so for students who are still struggling with new vocabulary and pronunciation, the soundtrack backed up simultaneously in a text version is a valuable resource. For someone who's new to viewing captions, they will be a focal point in a video. Caption viewing is a skill which requires a bit of practice, but it quickly becomes second nature. There's a tendency at first to stare at the captions, and research has shown that caption reading does dominate eye movement. Viewing the screen action tends to be secondary. It is not known yet if this finding also holds true for young children. If it does, it could have important implications for teaching of children who are hearing and those who are deaf. But to set minds at ease, if you think about learning a new skill, it's just like changing cars, going from a small hatchback to a four-wheel drive. There's some hesitancy at first, but soon enough you're back to your normal, relaxed way of driving where you don't have to think twice about things. Caption viewing does become a habit, and that's a great habit to have for kids, particularly emergent readers. Studies have found that students who viewed video content with captions were better able to learn new words and phrases than those who watched the same content without captions. So by getting emergent readers into the habit of having captions on, both in the class and at home, it just becomes part of the reading and learning experience.